All right, all right, all right.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Happy second week of January. And most importantly, happy Founders Day to my sorors from Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Today is our 109th Founders Day. So I have to get that out there first. So I see I'm representing tonight. So happy Founders Day, sorors. It's our day. Hope you are being safe and remembering our founders well. So, welcome to the show. I am Dr. Monique. I am your board certified family physician who you know as the physician in the kitchen. And on here, we talk about welcome to Veganish, where we talk about my plant-based journey, my ahas, my highs, my lows, and I bring you along to share with you how you can start to incorporate a more plant-based diet. So you know how we do. Ellis, first of all, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. Shout out to J13. Everybody is doing their thing.
Right. That's
So, and
right.
shout out, special shout out goes out to my younger sister who is a member of Delta Sigma Theta. So I want to give her a shout out. But yeah, I'm excited. And so Dr. Monique is going to tell you how to be vegan and do all things. And I'm going to give the voice of reason. And we're like, hold on, yeah, that's not going to work.
What did we say last year? We're not gonna do that stinking thinking.
That's
We're
right.
gonna have
That's
a
right.
positive mindset. So, but it's good to have a counterbalance. We'll put it like that. You'll be the counterbalance. So everybody, come on in and please join us. You know how we do around here. We ask that you represent your city, your state, your zip code, your area code, your country, wherever you're watching this from, and then be sure to share, tag with someone, and share this information. I see that we've got Brooklyn in the house, Bed-Stuy. I love it. Um, if you are watching this on the replay, please drop in the comments hashtag replay. We love to know that you were here, that you stopped by, and we hope this information is helpful for you. The other big thing I want to mention, just as a timely thing, is Monday, as we know, is Dr. Martin Luther King Day, and so a day of service. So hopefully, if you all are out there doing some type of service, whether it be virtual or community, to remember and to honor his memory. So let's see, we've got Chicago. I love it. Midwest. Are y'all snowed in over there yet? We're actually supposed to get snow here in Charlotte. I always have to laugh when I say that. I have to laugh. I'm from New York, and so this, snow that we get in Charlotte, it always just makes me laugh. But we allegedly are going to get some snow. So I see people tagging people. Thank you so much.
I still remember that snowmageddon we had here in Atlanta, and it was a mess. I promise you, a few years ago. But yeah, I still.
I laugh, but I know it's a serious matter because people can't drive and the school buses.
You could laugh. People from up north laugh at us.
It is.
Yeah,
Y'all just say they could just say, and the schools are shut down. But I was like, they didn't even say the whole word. Like they just said.
It's bad. It's bad. But I always, when I start laughing at folks when they start running for the hills when they say a hurricane's coming, and I'm
Oh.
like, Category 3. I'm not even leaving my house for a Category 3. You got to be 4 or 5 before I
Yeah,
leave.
I don't know. I know Charlotte, we thank God don't have that issue. So, because I don't know, I may have. If they told me to get out, I think I would go. So, because I was
No,
at
we,
Chapel
we,
Hill.
we board up windows. The Category 3, we board up a window. We'll hunker
Okay,
down. Yeah.
okay. See, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I was in Chapel Hill when Hugo hit Charlotte. I think it was like
Mm,
89, and so that was pretty major. So,
yeah.
but all right. So everybody, welcome. I see folks are coming in. Please, we've got Conyers, Georgia in the house. Thank you so much. Um, it's a new year, right? And we've talked about New Year's resolutions and trying to just do, like, when you know better, you do better. And
Right.
hopefully some of this information that you're getting from this show that I'm bringing to you on this show is helping you make some of those choices. And so today we're going to talk about how to be vegan or vegan-ish on a budget. We all know, COVID has just, changed the world as we know it. I was literally just at the grocery store, and there were whole sections of the produce aisle that were just empty. I think they were out of red onions. They were out of there was no red delicious apples. I was like, what happened to the red delicious apples? So thank you, Soror, Dr. Stephanie Jackson. Happy Founders Day to you. So, the supply chain has been disrupted in some ways. So things that we kind of took for granted before are, kind of becoming a little bit more challenging. And so layer in on top of that, the rising food costs and things like that. And so people may be, kind of scratching their heads. Well, how am I going to make this work? Well, I've got good news. I mean, it's not all gloom and doom, and it's kind of more of what we've already said before as far as planning, being intentional. So we're going to get a little bit into that. So before I do that, though, if you all can put in the chat, what are some questions or some obstacles or challenges that you all have encountered or that you think might be an issue if you're planning to go more plant-based? Because I'll be honest with you, I think there's a perception that it has to be expensive, that you can only eat certain things, or everything has to be organic. And so there are some mindset or some, I'll say, misconceptions maybe, that once you realize they may not be true, really helps to remove some of those barriers. So let's make this a conversation. If you can please put in the chat what are some things that you've encountered, or like I said, some things that you might anticipate, and we'll try to incorporate that as we go along. So I have a few tips as far as how to eat healthier on a budget. Number one, like anything you want to do right, I would say plan for it, starting with your budget. Plan your budget. And if some of that, and I'll be honest with you, budgeting is a challenge for me. I'm being transparent. I kind of have a figure in my mind, but then I go to the store and I see all this other stuff, right? And so you really, they tell you never to go grocery shopping hungry, and that's so true. But you should also have a budget. Have a budget, have a roadmap of what you're going to spend and what you're going to spend it on. You can even break it down: produce, dried goods, snacks, however you want to do it, so that you go in with that in mind. And then you also want to, and with the fluctuating prices with things, if you've already been budgeting, maybe add in another 20 to 25%. You want to kind of budget higher so that if you don't hit that, then that's good. You want to kind of overestimate with the goal of coming in lower, but you don't want to have too much sticker shock, so to speak.
Right.
Another thing you can do is meal plan. And I talk about this in my first book, Meal Masters. When you meal plan, and some people, it can be as complex or as I don't want to say complex, but as detailed. That can be as detailed as you want it. You can meal plan for the week. You can meal plan for the month. If you've got a family of 4 and you guys know what you like to eat, plan out for the month. Maybe most days out of the month. If the thought of doing every day overwhelms you, do several days or do 2 weeks. And then that way you can plan and rotate, so that maybe you're not having leftovers every other day, or you're not getting in a rut. So things like that, and incorporate your family. Let this be a family activity, so that you as the mom or the dad or the major food preparer is not getting burnt out and overwhelmed. So let's see. We've got a question to want to know if soy products are safe. So that's a great question, and we will discuss that. The short answer is it depends. I say that a lot on this show. I say that a lot, but the quick answer is, generally speaking, yes. Of course, if you have an allergy to soy, it's not going to be safe for you. There's been some concern with women, particularly breast cancer survivors, if they should be eating soy, because soy has phytoestrogens, which are plant estrogens, and they hear estrogen and they're concerned about it stimulating their breast tissue and increasing their risk for cancer. But actually, the data, the research shows that those types of estrogens are actually protective in women, so that, generally speaking, women who had breast cancer and ate soy actually had a decreased risk of it recurring. So it really depends, but generally speaking, I would say yes.
Can I add one thing in
Sure.
terms of with our tips, especially about the planning? I know mental health is a big hot topic right now. And so I'm going to say, give yourself some grace on that,
Say that again.
on that plan.
Say it
Okay?
again.
Give yourself some grace on your plan, on your budget. I'm not Bobby Flay, right? So I'm not going to come up with all these elaborate, spectacular, fantastic dishes every single night. I don't have time for it. I got a job. I got bills. I got kids. I got things that get.
You got life. You got to live a life.
I got life issues, like regular life issues. And you cannot, don't beat yourself up if you can't make these wonderful, elaborate meals every night. Start with a plan and work your plan. And then as you work your plan, things will get better. I promise you that. But give yourself some grace.
That is so true. And thank you, Ellis, so much for bringing that out because it's so important. And I feel seen because I sit here as the expert and I hear that I need that as well. There are days when it just doesn't come together, but you know what? That's okay because it's progress over perfection. It really is. And so thank you so much for bringing that out. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention as far as on a budget is lots of things you're probably already doing, but you can apply it to vegan. Shopping in bulk, using coupons. Another thing is don't be afraid to ask for discounts. A few weeks ago, I was at my local store and I wanted some fresh mint. And I think I might have mentioned this before. It was brown. Like half the bunch was brown, and they still wanted to charge like $2.49 for it. I just went and found the produce manager, and this is not my idea. I get this from my mom. My mother is the queen of asking folks to mark stuff down. Um, and I just said, hey, look, this is brown and you're still charging full price. He's like, well, what do you want to pay for it? And I was like, well, how much can I get? And he let me get it was 5 bunches and they all looked about the same. So I got all 5 for $1. So don't be afraid to ask. Yeah, because it's going bad. And sometimes some stores will even have markdown bins, things like apples or oranges that are just kind of past their prime or have a real short life, but they'll mark them down. So that would be a good way to maybe get some of those and freeze them. Some of you can buy frozen fruits and vegetables, or
Mm-hmm.
if you catch them at the right time, you can freeze them yourself. And actually, be aware that frozen fruits and vegetables, particularly fruits, have a lot more minerals and vitamin content than what you may get in a grocery store because they're frozen at the kind of their peak of their freshness. They don't have to travel long distances to get to your store. They're not sitting around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff diminishes the nutritional value. It doesn't affect the calories and the like the fat and the carbs, well, not fat, but the proteins and the carbs. But it does affect the minerals and the vitamins. So don't be afraid to get frozen. It's a great way to have things that are out of season. It's a great way to just have things, handy. But definitely, shopping in bulk, using coupons, looking for discounts. And then you can also, when like the warehouse clubs, if you have access to
Mm-hmm.
that, shopping at warehouse clubs, finding out, when your local store offers discounts, offers sales, and just be flexible. Stock up. Another tip is to stock up on dried goods. Dried goods can go such a long way, and they can be so versatile, so that you're not always feel like, well, I'm always eating rice and beans. You don't have to just always eat rice and beans. There are legumes, there's lentils, there are dried mushrooms, there's tomato products. All of those things give you such a variety that you don't always have to have the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And by playing with your spices and your seasonings, really can come up with great dishes to keep it interesting. And another one other tip I would just give is don't feel like you have to go out and buy all vegan, like processed foods, or like the quick foods, like the cheeses and the vegan burgers and things like that, because not all of those are actually good for you. Some of them can have a lot of sodium, they can have fillers and byproducts. So just because they're vegan doesn't necessarily mean they're healthy. But just keep in mind, don't come to rely too much on those types of products because those can be expensive, and some of that stuff you can actually make yourself. And one other point, just to share, doing a little research for this topic, I shopped at Aldi tonight, and I was
Mm-hmm.
actually impressed. Aldi. So if you guys have Aldi's near you or other discount stores, be sure to check them out. Walmart is a great place to get some stuff at discount, and also even the dollar store. I went in my local dollar store and just kind of went up and down the aisles. I found they had some good stuff in there, like minced garlic and like some stuff that you might not even think would be in there, but they had healthy snacks. And you got to look, you got to read the labels, and you got to look. But they had whole wheat pasta, and they had olives, things like that. So there are ways to get that. So Sherry Dimpier says everything labeled as vegan isn't always healthy. Exactly. No, it's not. So it's really about reading your labels and educating yourself and being
I love that. I love that point. Real quick, I love that point about stocking up on dry goods because those are fillers, right? So that can kind of be that. So on the brown rice and on all these other things that you can add, um, that'll give you that more fulfilling. Because that's one of the complaints I hear when people say, "Well, when I eat vegan, I'm always hungry. I'm still hungry," because they feel like that meat kind of slows down that process. So legumes, rices, things of that nature are really good fillers. They'll give you that full feeling that we like to have, and it'll still be vegan. And so just find those that balance of, you don't want to change too much, too dramatically, because you won't sustain
exactly.
it. You won't sustain it. But if you can find a way to get full on a vegan diet, then that's the best of both worlds.
It is, and what you're speaking to is the fiber content, and
Yes.
and beans. I mean, beans are a great source of that. Dried beans are actually much more economical than canned. If you're in a pinch, you're in a hurry, canned are going to be, of course, the faster option. But if you have a little time to invest in just doing a soak of your beans, dried beans are going to be pennies per serving. Dried beans, legumes, things like that. So keep that in mind. So many of the foods from the dollar stores filled with MSG. You're right, and that's where it comes from reading labels. But I was able to find quite a few that did not have a lot of sodium. So you really have to
Sprouts. That was the store I was thinking about. It was a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't remember
Sprouts.
the name. Sprouts is the store.
Yeah, I found that sprouts can be kind of pricey, but I
Yeah.
guess it just depends. But yeah, no, it can be. But like they had brown rice, they had quinoa at the dollar store.
Mm.
They had some lightly salted green pea snacks, and there wasn't a lot of sodium. So yeah, you definitely have to, like anywhere, if you should, wherever you shop, you want to be informed. You want to look at your labels. Keep it in mind. And the point that she made about the MSG, that's a salt derivative, or it's a salt product. And so the recommendation for sodium intake is about 2,000 milligrams a day. Here in the United States, we easily exceed that. I was so disappointed just today. A friend of mine, a soror of mine, told me about this particular product, and I went out to the store to get it, and I read the sodium content, and it was like one serving was like 400 or 500 milligrams, and if you ate the whole package, it was going to be like almost over like 1,500 milligrams of sodium. But it's vegan, but it was high in sodium. So that's
Mm.
where reading your labels and getting, being informed is key, because just because something is labeled vegan or organic or natural,
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it checks all the boxes,
It means
right?
it meets the
So,
legal definition, right? And so there's things that legally might fit that vegan box, but doesn't really fit,
mhm,
or natural, because it has more, like there's a certain threshold of something to be called natural. I have all natural ingredients. So you can
mhm,
legally put that on the packaging. And so some companies are really good at being able to find that line, get all the way up to it,
right.
and then say, oh, it's all natural. And you're like, mm.
One other source that I just want to encourage you to consider, particularly if you live in a larger city, is look at your ethnic markets. If you have Asian markets or Indian markets or Ethiopian markets, or look at those, because those can be places, because a lot of those cultures are more plant-based typically than we are, or have more variety for plant-based. So they may have other options that are pretty affordable. So keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
So Relay, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, says we have a 99-cent store only in Arizona that makes it affordable to eat good organic grains and vegetables. That's awesome. That's really good to have that for at the 99-cent store. That's great.
All right, so I have a picture I'm going to bring up here, and this is a bowl that I made.
Oh, a
So
bowl.
yeah, so this is one of the
Oh,
things. So to point out that so that's brown rice, um, black beans and corn, tricolored like vegetable, like peppers,
peppers.
like green, red,
Mhm.
yellow, and orange, and then that is filet, but you could take the steak out, so that's the ish part of it. And then on the top, it is a
Pico de gallo.
tomato jalapeno with a little bit of lime juice.
Okay, kind of like a half of a pico de gallo
Half of a
almost.
pico without the onions.
There you
But
go.
yeah. So nice nutritional bowl. It's not very big, but it's colorful. You got to eat the rainbow. It's got
Exactly.
your heartiness with the brown rice and the beans and the corn that kind of give you that stick 'em, and then the eating the rainbow. So that's it. Healthy-ish, vegan-ish.
Healthy-ish. Yeah. Well, at least you get points for having lean. It looks like the meat was pretty lean, so
It was. It was filet. It was
you
filet.
get points for that.
Yeah.
So all right. So someone said he says grocery outlet stores have amazing deals too. Exactly. Yeah. Check your grocery stores, the outlets, everything. Raymond says swap the steak with portobello mushrooms. Raymond, I'm with you on that. When we get off, I'm going to make some mushroom fajitas. So yes, I'm with you on that. So we're
One
gonna get
step at a time, Raymond. It's only January. It's only January 13th. Y'all got me eating portobello mushrooms, okay?
Oh, we're gonna work on you. We'll get you there. So we're gonna get to vegan or not. So I've just got 2 items for you this week. So kind of keep it with our condiment theme. So hot sauce. How could I forget hot sauce, bro? Like, come on now. Beyonce carries it in her pocketbook. We gotta talk about hot sauce. So is hot sauce vegan or not? So let's see why y'all are thinking about that. And Monique Christina says she's noticed organic foods are high in sugar as well. Examples will be high fructose corn sugar. Yeah, it's how can this be? It's like he said, it's got a lot to do with the labeling, what's permissible kind of thing. So I guess if the fructose is made organically, I guess that's how they meet that standard. But yeah,
there's a whole political discussion that we can have about that. But let's just say that there are some lobbyists that work very, very hard to keep that regulation down on what can be labeled as organic or vegan or all natural. So they spend a lot of money and they lobby very, very hard on Congress people to keep that regulation down so they can put that label on the food and trick us. So we just have to be more diligent about trying to find those things. So great point, Monty. You're absolutely right. But
exactly.
Hot sauce in your bag swag. What's going on?
Hot sauce. Let's talk about that hot sauce. I don't tend to eat hot sauce because I'm a wimp. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm not a heat is not food that makes me sweat is not my friend. So, but it's people like it. So we need to talk about it. Is it vegan or not? Oh, I know you. You went to HBCU. I know you like hot sauce.
Look, my freshman year had to live with hot sauce. That food that was in the cab was bad. The hot sauce just covered it up. Just sprinkle hot sauce on it.
Hot sauce on it. So what do y'all think, y'all? Is hot sauce vegan or not? What are the ingredients of hot sauce? It's red.
Primary ingredients are vinegar. Vinegar is a primary ingredient in hot sauce. An assortment of peppers. I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go with hot sauce. Yes.
Okay.
Vegan.
Anybody with him on that? Anybody? Any naysayers? Where are the hot sauce aficionados? I know y'all are out there.
Y'all back me up. Yep. Okay.
Thank you, Raymond. Hot sauce is vegan. Okay.
Yes.
Red chili. Yeah. So red chili peppers. Yes. Yeah. That's why I'm baby steps. I can't do all that. But yeah. Yes, of course. It is vegan. And I saw as he said, the major ingredients are going to be the chili peppers, some salt, some vinegar. And so, yes, it's vegan. And so those peppers have anti-inflammatory benefits. So it's actually pretty capsaicin is the what gives you that heat in there. And then of course it's got the spices. Some people add spices. So yeah, all of that is vegan. All right. So
so this little trick, I'm sure you know this, but just for those, the little trick, if you like jalapenos but you don't like the heat, the heat is in the seeds. Right. So take some of the seeds out, and there's little gadgets. I got the gadget, but there's a gadget you can core out if you want to make stuffed jalapeno. But yeah, if you're chopping them and cutting them up, remove some of the seeds. That'll turn down the heat because that's where your heat is.
Exactly. I have a funny story. It's actually not really funny, but it was funny because it happened to me, so I can tell it. So I was making my chili for the Super Bowl, and I was experimenting with what are the little orange peppers? They're
that's habanero.
Habanero.
Yeah, really spicy. Yeah. Really
Y'all
hot.
messed around and forgot and rubbed my eye.
Woo, yeah, that's fire. Yeah.
You talk about somebody splashing milk in the face, and even the milk, because water doesn't cut it. You need the fat.
You
You need
know.
something with fat. But I don't have fat milk. I have like 2% milk. So so it took a minute. So wear gloves when you are using those hot
Yep.
peppers, and don't touch your face. So yes. All right. She
And
said,
wash, or if you're going to use your bare hands, rinse your hand with milk to get that off, because the residue, even if you wash your hands, it can still have something. If
exactly.
you rub your eye,
Yep.
that's not I've had that.
So
I've done that before. It's
it's
not
not
pleasant.
pretty. It
It's
is
not pleasant.
not. So learn from my mistakes and my pain. So Key says it stimulates the movement. Yeah, it's good. It helps with this. Some folks it's hot going in and hot going out. So you have to be careful with that. So
There's ways to get around it. So you can use cayenne, like you can sprinkle some cayenne. It's not as hot. It doesn't turn up the heat level, but you can still get some of the benefits for having the hot pepper. So I like to use cayenne pepper. You can use crushed red pepper, give you some heat, but you don't have to eat it. Like hot sauce is kind of like the super fast version of it, but there's ways to add a gentle heat to your food without making it just like overpowering. Because sometimes hot sauce can overpower, especially like Tabasco, which is really spicy. So there's different levels to the hot. There's a hot sauce game, right? So if you're Black in America, you should have some Louisiana in your cupboard. I'm sorry, that's just
okay, y'all. I have to let the audience in on something. Before Ellis doesn't know the topics. Like, he doesn't know what we're going to discuss. So this stuff that he's just spitting off the dome like this is unscripted. This is just, he is the hot sauce aficionado, clearly, because this is all off the top of his
I can
head.
tell you about Frank's Red Hot, because you can put that on everything. I can tell you about Texas Pete. I can tell you about Louisiana, Tabasco, hot pepper sauce. My people from South Carolina, I know about every kind of way you can make something hot.
I hear you. I hear you.
Ghost peppers, jalapenos, serranos. I know them all.
No, I'm a whip. I can't do that. So the next one we've got, because we've got 5 minutes left. We're gonna get to nutrition and news in a minute. But the next one is barbecue sauce. So I do barbecue sauce. So is barbecue sauce vegan or not? I actually have a delicious barbecue sauce recipe in my forthcoming book, Doc Fix My Plate. Pre-sales are available, taking orders now. But while y'all are thinking, I'm going to tell you the inspiration for that recipe was one day I was, in the kitchen and just happened to read the back of a bottle of barbecue sauce that had been in my refrigerator for a while. And I think like the third, maybe even second ingredient was high fructose corn syrup. And I was like, really? How did this get in my house? And because I don't think I was really reading, I was paying attention. It was a brand that I really liked. And so out it went. And I said, well, you know what? Time to make my own. So Raymond said it can be if it's not honey flavored. Yep. Flavor, definitely good point. He gets an extra star.
Raymond get a gold star today, Raymond.
He said nothing but honey.
Okay.
Raymond understood the assignment. So,
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
All right. So is barbecue sauce vegan or not? And I'm gonna go ahead. Are any other takers before I reveal the answer? I'm gonna give you guys a chance to.
I like Raymond's take on it, because he split the difference. And,
so
he's right.
Exactly. It depends. Exactly. And he makes a great point about the honey. Generally speaking, yes, it is vegan. But as I was researching this, some people make it with mayonnaise. Did y'all know that? I've never heard of that.
People that don't like barbecue sauce make it with mayonnaise.
I was like, how do you put mayonnaise in barbecue sauce? So clearly, if you're out there and
that's a violation.
And you're putting mayonnaise in your barbecue sauce, number one, stop it. And number two, it's not vegan if you do that. So
mayonnaise and barbecue sauce is like raisins in potato salad. It should never, ever happen. Ever in life.
No, that's wrong. That's
and I'm being completely judgmental. No.
That's to each his or her own, but I won't be eating that. No. So
this is Black Doctor. We do not put raisins in our potato salad, and we do not put mayonnaise in our barbecue salad.
Not only do we not do that, but we ask who made the potato salad.
Right. If I see some mayonnaise, I'm not even gonna ask. If I see some raisins, I'm not even going to ask. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know
no, no,
what?
no. But no, you have to know
No,
who
no.
made the potato salad because everybody's ministry is not cleanliness. So you have to know. It's important information to know.
It is.
All right. So we are going to wrap up with nutrition and news. And I came across this article and I was like, oh wow, people are trying to do what's right, and again, I don't want it to be all doom and gloom, but I want you all to be um informed. Raymond, Sherry said, always ask who made the potato salad. Sis, you got to, you just you have to.
If you don't
Um,
ask,
if you're not sure, you
you
just
flirt with danger right there. You flirt with a
right.
stomach ache. You flirt with all kind of no, you can't.
Right. You don't want that. So the article I found is actually drinking this makes you 3 times more likely to get dementia. So it's a beverage, a popular beverage that may not be as healthy as you thought. And the study, which found, you heard me, drinking this may increase your risk for dementia 3 times, makes you 3 times more likely. And if you drink it every day. Now, we're not talking about occasional indulgences,
Okay.
but it's actually diet soda.
Oh, okay.
Diet soda was found to daily doses or daily drinks of diet soda was found to increase the risk for um, uh, dementia, for Alzheimer's dementia, and it was a small study.
That was a
So
bit ironic that you had that moment where you could come up and you're talking about dementia. I had to I just couldn't leave
did you
that.
just
It's
call me out like that?
I was like, yeah, it gives you
And I promise you, I don't drink diet soda, so that's concerning. But yes, thanks, Ellis. But yes, so a study in 2017 found that diet sodas led to a higher risk of dementia. So basically, what they did is they tracked these people over about a 10-year period, and they were over the age of 60. And those who drank a diet soda every day versus once a week or less were 3 times more likely to develop the disease. And they also found a higher link to a risk of link to a higher risk for stroke.
mm,
So again, this was for 40 ages, people 45 and over for the same 10-year period. And they found that people who drank at least one diet soda a day were about 3 times more likely. But they do say that this is just a hypothesis. More studies would need to be done. They call this of a correlation versus causative. In other words,
right.
people who did this, it's looked like they had this outcome, but definitely much more research needs to be done. But I just found that interesting because people are drinking diet sodas because they think it's healthier, and we really kind of, I guess, need to find out more and get the answer on that.
Yeah.
So let's see. People are still talking about no peas in the mac and cheese. Raisins only going raisin bran, not in potato salad. Please, not stop. I need food. People stop doing that. Somebody needs to hear that. Stop doing it.
Yes.
So our time is up. I have had so much fun as usual. So for next week, we wanted to do a viewer's choice. So we've started this back in October. So what would it be? 3 months, November, December, January, 3 months in. Can you
Hmm.
believe it? We've been doing this for 3 months.
Yes.
And I appreciate you guys so much. You guys who show up, you you share, you comment, you interact, and I so appreciate that. So please let us know, what do you want to hear about next week? Is there a topic that you would like to discuss for us to discuss next week? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. You can continue to come up with ideas and suggestions throughout the week, for a few days, and let us know, because we want this to be beneficial to you. We want you to have value, to get value from this.
Mhm.
And so please let us know. I'll come up with something, but I said, let's do a viewer's choice
Yeah.
and turn it over to our viewers. So is there anything, any questions?
Sherry, Raymond, Amani, our regulars that are out
That's
there.
right. That's
This
right.
is your chance to have us do a show about what you want,
What
specifically
you
want
want.
to talk about. So
Exactly.
let us know.
Exactly. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Founders Day. And Raymond said, can you talk about fasting? Specifically, do you mean like intermittent fasting? Because that's kind of the buzz word. Is that kind of what you're referring to? Obesity, always a good one,
So
definitely.
Rhonda, just as a shameless plug, on Monday, if you're not doing a great day of service on Black Doctor, we're going to be doing our State of Black Health from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And obesity will be on one of the panels. We'll be talking about obesity on that panel. Absolutely, where we're talking about family health, health in a Black family, obesity. We have a certified obesity physician on there, and she's going to be talking about specifically about obesity. So that's going to be Monday, the 17th. So if you're not out doing service, or you can come back and watch it later, but we're definitely going to be touching on that topic.
I need to check that one out. Okay, so Raymond it wants to intermittent fasting. Sure, that's a great topic. That is a great topic. Someone said
How to eat vegan if you're diabetic. If that's what you're asking, Maggie, I think that's a good. I think it's a good topic. Vegan and diabetes. How does it go together?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Yep.
Type 2 diabetes. Yeah. So these are some great topics. So we will get to them in the future. Like we may not go, right in order, but we will definitely bank these topics and make sure we're bringing you guys the content that you want to see and hear. So I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Founders Day. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Be safe. Enjoy hopefully you have the day off Monday. And again, to celebrate and reflect on the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And you guys be safe. Take care.
Talk to you.